Hey guys, welcome back to Mainstreet.
So, over the last few videos, we've been covering some really important streetwear items like the off-white industrial belt, the Adidas Kanye West Yeezy Boost shoes, and even the last video, in fact, the closet tour with Shash, included a lot of exclusive and important items from the streetwear world as well as the high fashion.
And all of these are like extremely expensive.
Yeah, this is in fact one of the reasons they are so important, I think, today, because apart from the exclusivity, it's also the high resale value on these
and the
items.
retail value, even the industrial belt, for example. Retail
like for today it's worth €600.
It started, Kush got it at what? 12,
I bought it when it was at about
$250,
$275 is what I bought it at.
Just under 15,000 rupees, which is still not cheap. And now it's worth way
600.
more.
It's a lot of money.
It's only been a few months. Like
and the retail has shot up. That's the part which surprises me.
But what we want to discuss today is that do you need to spend a lot of money? Is streetwear an expensive? Is it an expensive task? Let's get into conversation. Let's find out where we're lagging behind in terms of expenditure and where we could actually spend more, where we could spend less, and
we should spend more. We should spend less.
Yeah. So where exactly your money should be going?
So it really comes down to the intent, of what exactly do you want to do with your money? Do you want to be a hype beast? Or you simply just want to follow the streetwear trend? Do you want to be the well dressed?
And both can actually be done well and badly at the same time. People who also really into the hype.
Yeah, because if you want to look like obviously you can wear normal clothing and still look good. I'm guessing you could still pair up your colors well. You could still do your ripped denims. You can still do your flannels.
And you can
do your jackets. You can do everything, but
at the same time, you can spend a shitload of money and look like crap. But there's people who will just spend crazy loads of money for the logos and wear them up so badly and things that just don't match and they look crappy. Maybe they're old, wrinkled, and they're not ironed well and they're not clean.
For example, Supreme, you spend so much money. A box logo is $900,000, and what do you get out of it? You get normal bullshit material. With
the quality is not that great. I mean, Supreme banks on its exclusivity factor. I mean, that's why the brand is valued the way it is.
Well, when we're considering money, let's say.
Okay, then let's break it down to basically it's either are you trying to be only hype beast?
Yeah, because
or you just trying to dress
if you want to be hype beast, it's gonna cost you a lot of money.
Then you have to spend.
It's gonna obviously.
Your brands, your big names, your the brands all over you, it's gonna cost you.
So if you just want to dress well, then it really doesn't matter what your budget is, right? Whether it's a few thousand rupees or it's a few lakhs.
So case in point, let's see the flannel I'm wearing today. This cost me 1,500 rupees from H&M. But if you want something like this from Off-White, it's gonna cost you what?
$600, $700.
Yeah, 30,000 to 40,000 rupees.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
It's a beautiful shirt. They both look almost identical.
Except on the back, you're gonna see the Off-White designs and whatever.
We're not Off-White fanboys, but
but let's get more personal.
The point is the outfit is still flannel or plain white tee with beautifully grey ribbed denims and these incredible Vans.
Old school.
So here's the Vans old schools are a perfect example of dressing extremely iconic. You're dressing the brand up at the same time. It does not cost much.
What, $60?
So like I said, when you're dressing well, if you're just dressing well, it does not matter what the budget is.
So let's get more.
I mean, I guess what Vedant's trying to say is that the brands have their aesthetic, they've got their value. My perception of what you're trying to say is that you can kind of achieve the same aesthetic by spending less money on brands that design.
The point is it's just whatever your budget is.
Like I said, you can achieve the same aesthetic by spending less also. There are brands like H&M, Zara, the fast fashion brands that design a similar aesthetic. They rip off the designs of stores.
I guess we can break it down into, are you buying the brands or are you doing fast fashion? It's basically one of the two.
It's not about achieving your personal aesthetic with your budget at the same time, right? It's a very beautiful cohesion of the two of them. Like for example,
with me, for example, I would like to say,
Kush, why don't you?
I had some money saved up for a while, which I decided to invest in a pair of Gucci Aces.
So I want to ask you, what would inspire you? What would lead you to save money to buy just one pair of shoes? Why would you do something?
I wouldn't have been able to do something like that.
So the thing is that if you look at it in a point blank way, you can say it's a plain white, just a white sneaker. But to me, it's so much more. The shoe sticks out so much. It's got the Gucci does, in my opinion, does a lot in terms of design the shoe. It's not just
iconic.
It's iconic. The shoe looks beautiful. generally it's when you wear when I wear the Ace and when compared to when I wear another white sneaker or any other sneaker for a matter of fact, the Ace sticks out. I can wear a simple black t-shirt, simple white pants, or any kind of pants, even joggers, and I wear. But when I wear that shoe, people's eyes go directly there. I mean, that just shows. And it's always a compliment. Before someone asks me the price of the shoe, everyone first points that's a good looking shoe. So for me, the money justified the look. I knew that the money I was spending was worth what the shoe was.
And we all know Kush does a lot of just plain white t-shirts and plain jeans.
More importantly, why would you choose that?
Like, how much was it? Like 35,000 rupees?
I mean, it was more expensive in India. So when Ikram was in London, I sent him the money and asked him to buy it for me there.
Which is about 35,000 rupees?
About 38.
Close to 40,000 rupees on a shoe. You saved up and spent that much money on a shoe. That, arguably, the Gucci Ace looks very similar to a Stan Smith. Would you agree on that?
The form factor is the same.
Yeah, it's a clean white shoe. It's got the back. It looks very identical. Why would you choose an Ace over something like that? Like, why would you do that?
I mean, apart from the fact, like I said, that the shoe obviously looks so nice that it's the first thing that someone notices on me. I feel like the brand has its perceived value. It's got its recognition. You know, when you wear Gucci, I mean, it's not that I'm trying to flex and just show off the brand, but people appreciate the brand.
Would you say it's like it's a symbol?
It is a statement symbol. Yeah, it is, because as long as wearing that shoe, you don't have to be well dressed everywhere else. That does a lot for me, right? The shoe, I mean.
I think a very important question here is this whole myth of a lot of people who wouldn't see the value in the shoe. Like for Kush, for example, you see value in 40,000 rupees for a pair of shoes.
But like,
and a lot of people but I'm saying a lot of people would call this overpriced. And in my opinion, overpriced is a myth. Like, I genuinely from the bottom of my heart feel everyone says something's overpriced, I feel like that's a bullshit. Either you see the value in something or you don't. It's all brand value.
Yeah, I mean,
especially for someone who's trying to establish a brand, like, you know what we're all trying to do here. Like, we've probably done with multiple other things.
And like, it's more importantly,
you decide how much it's worth.
Yeah,
you see the value, so you pay it. You don't see the value, you don't.
It's like Jordans. You see Jordans. You know, Jordans only cost $1 to produce. They only cost $1 to produce. But
a resale value of Jordan could be
anything.
It could be goes up to all the way up to $1,500 for the new.
Oh, more than that, dude. What are you saying? That Jordans which go
but then it's what you perceive out of it. So
you can make the Eminem Jordans. What? They're like $75,000.
25.
But you can get like a regular Jordan
for $100.
$100, or you can get like a limited edition Jordan for like
$75,000.
But it's what you both of them cost just $1 to produce. They both cost $1 to produce.
Yeah.
It's just the value you see in it. But anyway, moving on from that, Vedant, you have a very different aesthetic.
Yeah, so with me, I first of all, I can't do something like that. I cannot save up a shit ton of money and then spend it on that. Simply because my whole idea of earning money is comfort, right? My life goal is just pure comfort. I want to be comfortable in what I am. Yeah. So if I earn about 40,000 rupees, at this kind of scale, I'd probably maybe spend 10-15 on something where I could just wear it and, wreck it. I don't care. I've earned this myself. I want to enjoy it. Maybe at a larger scale, I would only spend 1/10. If I want to buy something with 4 lakhs, I'd make 40.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But my aesthetic, especially something that really fits this way, is Adidas Originals. It's got... Of course. You guys keep making fun of me wearing so much Adidas, but I absolutely love the brand. I think they make very significant trends. I think they really keep up with the trends. I think Adidas very nicely lives up to the iconic name in terms of collaborations with Pharrell, with Kanye, with everything like that. I think Adidas's collaborations very distinctly bring out the trend moving forward.
But then when you think of it like that, like the way Kush mentioned it, like when he wears the Ace, right? It's a recognizable shoe. It's an instantly recognizable shoe. It's a symbol. Yeah, he looks fly. Yeah, like we put it.
Understood.
He looks fly. When you wear an Ace.
I completely agree with that. But for me, it's more. I would much rather have. I'm much more subtle about my no offense, of course, but very personally, I like my outfits to be, like I've always said, a lot more discoverable. So I'd like my boxers to be supreme.
Not Nike.
I like everything to be Adidas. It's all an icon.
Okay.
It's all very subtly an icon.
But again, when you say icon, coming back to the point I made earlier about how my shoes are a recognizable factor in my outfit all the time, getting back to related to Ikram's style, Ikram generally has been more inclined towards high fashion. Ikram sees the value in clothes. He's a well-dressed person. He's always been more fashion inclined, so he doesn't mind spending the money on clothes.
I see the value I see the value too.
And again, if I had it, like it's iconic. Yeah, what he wears sticks out. People first compliment what he's wearing, then maybe ask him where he got it from.
You see, but I'm not saying that I don't see the value.
It's not like that's not iconic either.
Don't get me wrong, Kush. It's not like I don't see value in 40,000 rupee shoes. My only point is I don't have that money right now. I'm not gonna make my parents spend them. I'm not gonna ask for them either. But I've never. There were times when if Ikram told me he spent 50,000 rupees on a pair of shoes, I'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you? But now like, okay, yeah, that's a good price for a pair of Balenciaga shoes. Yeah. If he told me he bought the Dolce & Gabbana jacket, which he bought, it was what, £1,000.
Yeah.
I saw that and I didn't even think twice. Like, oh, this is £1,000. That's a beautiful jacket.
Exactly.
So
I mean, all I'm trying to say
Absolutely
is that,
love it.
like he says, his is iconic also. I mean, I think what he wears is iconic also. It's just.
But then, like, getting out of the element of looking fly or looking like a hype beast or like, you know, flash. Because at the end of the day, when you do rock the brands, you do get that recognition.
Fair enough.
That, you know, this guy is serious about his clothing. He is serious about streetwear. Because only when you're serious about it will you be willing to put in that much money. Like, you gotta save up and put that money. Like, you show that, you know.
So of course there's those people also. But then again, there's also the other side of the spectrum where there's people making millions of dollars. At the same time, they don't feel that they don't see the value in. It's all about the value. Then that comes second when you have the money or not.
Yeah, but then getting out of the concept of flashing around and things like that, getting into the more quality aspect of it.
Okay.
Because obviously, let's not. I won't generalize and say money buys you quality.
Yeah,
not always. Not always.
Supreme is the
Supreme is an example.
It's a very classic example of that.
But at the other hand, when you look at high fashion brands, you look at Gucci.
Yeah, of course you get quality.
You get it's a question of quality as well. It's not just okay. Gucci's taking like a Stan Smith and
same
dumping
time,
its print
even
on.
in fast fashion, you get quality all the time. Of course, there's times when it's good, there's times when it's bad. For example, the H&M collection where they completely ripped off Kanye's I Love Pablo merch line, right? Where they've just taken the exact same font and printed the same shapes and everything like that. And that stuff I'm completely against because it's ripping off.
Yeah.
On the other hand, one of your favorite pair of jeans are H&M.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Because I don't like. Let's say it's very selective in terms of what you see value in. Yeah. Like let's say a Fear of God. Fear of God makes some of the most iconic jeans in iconic denims in today's street.
$900,000.
That's the retail at
$900,000 onward.
Yeah. So obviously they're made from some of the best materials. Perfect fitting, everything works so well, looks beautiful, but
Jerry Lorenzo is absolutely killed it.
But I don't see the value in it. Do you see the value in something like that? Would you spend?
Not right now. Definitely not right now. In the sense, if I made 10,000, I don't think I'd spend that kind of money on it.
But then when you look at it, like Jerry Lorenzo recently blasted fast fashion for like dripping off his designs, but not everyone can afford that kind of. Like $1,000 jeans.
Yeah. See, I don't see it as I don't see that as ethical at all times. Okay, at times when, for example, the rip trend, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, the distress trend.
With the distress trend, the rip trend, that's all right. But then when like Zara, for example, had the tracks with the lines on the side like the fog ones,
exactly like the fog.
That kind of stuff, I'm not too.
But then again, like when you look at it like this, like the big brands obviously set the trends. When you look at a trend, Zara.
But there's times when you're imitating trends and imitating designs, right?
Yeah.
When you're imitating designs, of course you can't copyright that stuff, but I can't stand it honestly.
But then on the other hand, Jerry Lorenzo can't say, I got the iconic denims, I put the zip on the side, so nobody can do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, it's a concept that people love, and it's
there's a very fine line where you.
I mean, I guess what we all are trying to say here is that if you do decide to spend your money, that's okay. You know. It's
about what you see value in. If people around you do it or not, it's about what you see value in.
It's like Vedant said, overprice is a myth. You see the value, it is okay to spend your mony. If you see the value, it is okay to spend it.
And even if you don't, it's completely alright.
Exactly.
And the point is, you should always, it should always be looking to dress well, in my opinion. At the end of the day,
you should be happy with what you're wearing. If you spend,
becomes too superficial if you're just looking for the hype. And
if you're spending 40,000 rupees on a sweater, or you're spending 40,000 rupees on a flannel shirt, you need to be comfortable with it. You don't need to be like, okay, this guy's wearing it, so I have to wear it. Then I don't agree with it.
I wouldn't want to wear it.
Even I don't agree saying that I'm spending the 40,000 rupees because it's off.
And of course, there's different people also who will be like, I want to wear something special and take care of it. At the same time, I want to wear it and beat it the hell up.
Exactly, because when you spend simply because of the brand name and the brand value, like we mentioned, like simply spending 40,000 rupees on a flannel just because it's off-white. Often you don't end up dressing it well, and then the whole the whole investment has gone to shit.
It's something like that.
It's your money, it's your style. I mean, you do what you want.
It's all about
it,
the person, especially at the end of the day. Dressing well is about how you like to see yourself. It's not about how others see you at all.
We really want to do this podcast, this discussion today because we don't want to give out the perception that that streetwear is simply the exclusive, expensive.
And honestly, I feel like we can give you that vibe because in the past year itself, I've come to see value in things like this. When I didn't earlier, and I felt like it was important.
I think we got 3 different mindsets as well because you wouldn't save up and spend all your money on it. Kush would do that, and like I would do that as well.
So I think with that, we come to the end of this absolutely splendid podcast. Let us know what you thought of it. Dress yourselves up. Get as creative as can. Represent yourselves.
Put it as a hashtag Mainstreet, and we will feature you on our website as well as our Instagram. For our next podcast,
I think let us know what you'd like us to talk about. Drop a comment below on what you think we should talk about, and
we will discuss. We will address it.
Bring it up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for some great content coming up
on Monday.
See you next time.
Peace.